Hi there, it's Candice Lee from Candice Lee Fired Up, independent epicure consultant, and I'm here with Chantal Wall, who is also an independent Stella and Dot consultant. And we're here to talk about a cooking class that I did with her and what happened, why she loved it, why she even did it, and basically, usually the chit chat that we like to do. So, hi, Chantal.
Hey, Candice, thanks so much for asking me to be a part of this. Love it.
Oh, no, thank you. I love your energy, and I'm glad that we collaborate so much together on having our little events.
Absolutely.
So did you want to introduce yourself a bit more other than just that you're Stella and Dot?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Chantal. I live in Midtown Toronto, and I live by myself with my pooch. She's very cute, but she's asleep, so I won't introduce you to her today. I have a number of hats. So I have a full-time job, 9 to 5, and then I also, as you mentioned, am an associate director with Stella and Dot here in the city. So have my own business with them. I do volunteer. I also work with a networking group called Happy Healthy Women, which you're involved in as well, and that's kind of how we met. So lots on the go, and with holiday coming up, even more on the go very soon as things ramp up in our businesses and so on, for sure.
Oh, for sure. This Christmas is going to be interesting, and this holiday, so we'll see. So yeah, we decided to do a cooking class, and I just want to kind of get an idea as to why you decided to do one, and what actually happened.
So it's interesting because my business model is very much the same in that, I ask people to invite their friends to their home, and then I bring the jewelry and we kind of have a girls' night in. I'm actually sometimes a little apprehensive to partner with people just because I don't want to just do party swaps all the time. I don't want to fatigue my customers because obviously they're hearing from me in my business. So when I do partner with other people in this sort of industry, I suppose, I want to make sure that it's something that I'm really genuinely a fan of, that I really do use and is really important to me. So that was a big part of why I decided to do a cooking class with you. One, I adore you. I think you're fantastic and you're like really easy to be around and that kind of thing. But also, since meeting you and since using Epicure, I feel really, really good about the product. I love that it's a Canadian company started by women. I love that it's healthy eating and it's really easy. As I just mentioned, I'm super busy and I am in no way a chef at all. Like my life often, prior to Epicure just looked like continued university student in terms of what I ate, like a lot of nachos and like warming up some soup and stuff. So being introduced to this product has been really good for that sense. And I wanted to share that with other people who might be interested.
Wonderful. Yes. So thank you. I love being around you as well. I think that's part of why we decided mostly to do this as a Kismet group of people that we are. And then, yes, so I agree. Yeah, if you're not loving the product, it's really hard to share or do parties like that. But Epicure is so easy to incorporate into your life as long as you give it a little bit of time, and then you realize it gives you so much back. And I know from when we first did it, you were trying the Whole30 and you were trying a few different things. So we were able to work together to make sure that the Epicure worked with what you were doing, which really was not hard at all, because since Epicure is just seasoned spices. I think we just removed dessert, and that was pretty much it for you. Otherwise, we were good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So during the party, is there anything particular that stood out with you that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, I liked having people over and doing something different with them that wasn't just my same old, same old. I loved how incredibly easy it was. For those of you watching, Candice gives you a list ahead of time of like some things to have in prep. I totally dropped the ball now, like not done a little grocery shop beforehand. And I was like, well, I have some cucumber and like an avocado. Crap, do I need to go right now and go grocery shopping? I'm sorry, I didn't see your email. But what's amazing to me and I loved is that we worked with the stuff I already had in my kitchen. Also, though, check your email if you do a cooking class. But it was amazing to me that I could make everything that I already had work, and it was still delightful and delicious and still worked with the flavors that we had. So that is not quite an answer to the question that you asked, but I did love that about the cooking class. It showed me how easy it is to make. We did a Nourish Bowl cooking class, and it just showed me how easy it is to literally just throw things together. It doesn't have to be a lot of prep. So that was awesome.
Exactly. And yes, I can work with whatever you have in your kitchen, and more than likely, unless you're bare empty, we can make this work. And yes, I mean, it is supposed to be a partnership between myself and you, the host, to make sure everything goes well. Granted, I will say that I dropped the ball as well, because I just assumed that at the time you're another direct seller, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to push, but realizing that that's something that it's necessary to make sure that everyone is quite aware of what little groceries we need. But basically, as a host, your job really is to bring your guests, because they don't know me. They don't know me from Adam. So it's not like you're going to come over because it's Epicure. They're going to come over because you say it's Epicure and that you want them to come. And you did that. So the food thing, we made that work. But bringing the guests is your job. My job is to bring the food and make it all work.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so now that you're done, you've had your cooking class, and I can say that you are definitely a continued shopper with Epicure. But how do you feel?
I ordered like 3 days ago. I was like, oh, what's this new stuff? General Tao. Yeah, I want some of that.
For sure. So definitely you can say that things have changed in the kitchen now that you're using Epicure. Did you want to elaborate on any of that?
Yeah, I think a big thing for me, and you're going to laugh when I bring this up. You know exactly what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how much I love that damn pudding that you saw. So I have a major, major sweet tooth. I would buy sweets all the time. And it wasn't until you mentioned I was doing Whole30. So when I was doing Whole30, it wasn't until I started to do that I really thought about how much refined sugar I was intaking. And when I actually started to observe like how often I went to Starbucks for a caramel macchiato, how often I was like, oh, I'll just grab a chocolate bar on the run. Like, it's not a big deal. I was like, wow, I'm actually eating a ton of sugar. But I'm not willing to give that up completely. So I do love, love, love the puddings. I got the little prep bowls. And so, on a weekend, I will prep, the 6 bowls of pudding. And I find that just when I need that hint of sweet, I can eat a pudding with a little bit of sprinkles on it, or even just some fresh fruit. And it satiates exactly what I need. And I'm not putting all this like crap into my body, because obviously there's sugar in it, but it's cane sugar and it's not processed and full of garbage, right? So then I don't have like the guilt trip afterwards being like, why did I eat like 2 Kit Kats? Right? It's like, oh, it's sweet. It's a sweet treat. Or even I've also been doing just like coconut yogurt, because I can't have dairy. Dairy and sugar actually makes my eczema flare up, so it is something that I really need to watch. And so I've also been doing coconut yogurt with just some of the Tutti Frutti sprinkles or the Cocoa Crunch sprinkles. I haven't tried the coconut lime yet, but I did open it the other day just to smell it. And, those are the kinds of things that I'm doing now, so I'm being a little bit more measured and knowing that I can come home to a healthier sweet treat.
And you feel better after, because in essence, it doesn't give you that crash, because it isn't full of, like, it's not massive amounts of sugar. And you're right, it's cane, it's organic cane. So it's not refined and full of all that chemical stuff that you don't need. And yeah, you're controlling it. So having your one portion, by the way, a pudding, even a day, is still on plan with Epicure, because we have our plan and it's pretty much whole foods, and you're allowed to have a dessert. It's as long as you don't eat the whole cake.
Right, exactly.
You're good to go. All right. So that's wonderful. Thank you very much for all your input. Basically, I'm going to wrap up now, but if you had any recommendations or anything you want to just last comments to say to anybody watching, that would be great.
Yeah, I think there is, when I started Stella and Dot, it was because I wanted a bracelet, and the stylist that I knew was like, well, if you want a bracelet, then you might as well have a party. And I was like, I don't know. And then I had a party and I was like, what is all this free stuff? And Epicure does the same thing. So if you're looking to try some things out, it's definitely worth just having friends over. And I think also as the holidays come up, we already kind of touched on that too. People are looking to get together, and having you come and like do like the snacks and a little intro to the snacks and stuff is a perfect complement to just a girls' night anyways. And then you don't have to, and then the hostess doesn't have to worry about what am I going to get for snacks, because you've got that taken care of. So I love it as a really easy peasy holiday idea.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And I look forward to our later on events in the year. So thank you very much. And that's it. So thank you, Chantal Wall. Again, I'm Candice Lee from Candice Lee Fired Up, independent Epicure consultant. Thanks, guys.
Bye.